Client choice is a way of distributing for community feeding programs that allows customers to choose the foods they know are best for their families. Let's cover some of the customer benefits of client choice. The dignity of selecting the best foods for their household's nutritional needs, the ability to choose foods that fit their religious dietary needs, and the ability to choose foods that meet their dietary needs, such as low sugar, low sodium, and gluten-free. Some of the benefits client choice provides to pantries are as follows. Minimizing food waste. Clients are able to only pick the foods that they want to take, and foods that they don't plan on eating, they leave behind and they can either be put back into inventory or they're taken by another client. Decreased setup time is also a major benefit, as pantries don't have to spend hours pre-packing pantry bags. Volunteers are given the opportunity to build rapport with customers. They can hear thank you and have other nice conversations that make volunteering pleasant and help volunteers want to come back again and again. And finally, inventory control. As we covered before, client choice allows you to see which items are popular and which items maybe you can order less of. Let's cover some of the different types of client choice styles. For supermarket client choice, the food is set up similar to how you would see inside of a supermarket or bodega. The clients are able to shop independently, and then at the end, a volunteer helps them pack their bag or their cart. Walkthrough is similar to supermarket, except there are volunteers stationed throughout the process that give the foods to the clients. For tabletop, the food is placed on the table in categories: fruit and vegetable, grain, and then a protein and dairy category. The clients go down the tables, and the volunteers hand the clients the items of their choice. Lastly, we have inventory list. Inventory list client choice has the most variety in the way that it can be done. Inventory list can be anything from the items being listed on a board or a paper and the client selects them, to something as technologically advanced as an online ordering system where clients pick their items from a tablet. A volunteer team prepares the items and then meets the client and gives them the food items of their choice. Regardless of which style of client choice the pantry uses, the pantry will still use the pantry bag point system. Each family will be given a specific amount of points based on their family size. The points will be displayed on a card that's given to the client that they use as they walk through the pantry, or they may be displayed on a shelf or on the end of the table. Here are some factors you should consider when choosing the best client choice style for your pantry. Space. The amount of space and the shape of the space may dictate which style of client choice you choose for your pantry. If you have a lot of space and the space is dedicated specifically for the pantry, you may be able to do something like supermarket or walkthrough. If you have a multi-purpose space or a smaller space, you may decide to use tabletop or inventory list instead. Staffing is an important factor, as you'll need to have an appropriate amount of volunteers to man each station of your client choice setup. Number of customers. You'll need to be able to fit a certain amount of people into your space, and you'll want to be able to serve people in an expeditious manner. Finally, we have line management. Line management helps you maintain civility and order in the line and inside of the pantry. There should be a person designated as the line manager that can assist clients that have questions and also help maintain the peace if things become a little disorderly. Let's take what we learned just now and use it to do a client choice exercise. The following exercise will give you an opportunity to use what you've learned to do some mock client choice setups. You will be given some information about a pantry and asked to use that info to pick what you believe to be the best client choice model for the pantry. It's important to remember that there's no wrong answers. Just do your best and use the information that you've been given. Pantry A typically has about 300 families come through their doors every Wednesday morning. They have a very large open space with many shelving units and refrigeration. They have a volunteer staff of 30. Which client choice model would you recommend? Based on the size of their space and their volunteer pool, Pantry A would do great with a supermarket client choice. This would allow their clients to have an experience similar to the supermarket or bodega, thus preserving their dignity and creating a great rapport with the pantry. Pantry B and its volunteer staff of 10 serve 150 families during the typical distribution. Sometimes their clients get a little rowdy, but the volunteers have a good rapport with them. They have a medium-sized storefront type pantry. Which client choice model would you recommend? Because Pantry B has a space dedicated for food distribution and a good-sized volunteer staff, walk-through client choice would give them the ability to still serve the clients in a way that gives them a supermarket experience while being able to maintain order in those times when things get a little rowdy. Pantry C serves around 200 families every week with the help of their 15 staff members. They have a large space on the main level of the church, and their clients come inside. However, they can only use the space on distribution days. Which client choice model would you recommend? For Pantry C, tabletop would be a great option as it allows the pantry to do client choice during specific distribution hours, but still have the space available for other activities when Pantry is not in session. Pantry D has allocated a small room to store their food in the basement of the church. To be safe, the program serves pre-packed bags from the entrance of the church to avoid clients having to use the steps. They have a volunteer staff of 6 that serves 50 families a week. Which client choice model would you recommend? For Pantry D, inventory lists would be a great option, as the pantry can still pre-pack bags, but give clients the options to choose which items go in those bags. The client choice has to match your pantry. It has to be unique and specific and address the needs and challenges that your pantry faces. So don't be afraid to think outside of the box, be creative, and even mesh together different styles of client choice.